Oh man. Pussycato. Cato. Pussycato. It is an evil thing. Hello, I'm Nelson and welcome to South Paths. Today I want to talk about things that are different about the Philippines and things that are the same in the Philippines, as opposed to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness in the USA, Canada, England, Australia, Europe, blah, 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 blah. So let's get on with that. All right. Number one, and there's a few things, I don't have a list. I'm doing this right off my hip today, so let's just give it a go, shall we? Things that are different and the same in the Philippines. Okay. The weather's different, obviously. Have a look around. You see, things are green and blue, and cows are here in the yard and everything. The weather is different. You have long periods of time between snowfalls, like 10,000 years, something like that. And you have it always warm. Every day is a beautiful warm day like this, where I live, in the provinces. Gorgeous, lovely warm day. We do have dry season and wet season. We do not have 4 seasons here. We have 2 seasons. Raining and not raining. So, rainy season is only about 4 months, I think, and basically it's not raining all day every day or anything. It doesn't turn into a monsoon mess, you know. It does sometimes, depending on the year. As you know, in the west, in Canada and the US, especially if you're in the north half of the US, some winters are better than others. Some winters come with a vengeance, some don't come at all. And so the weather is different. The pace of life here is different in that they have a thing here called Philippine time. And Philippine time means if you set an appointment for 7 p.m. for a party, don't show up till 9 because nobody else will. Unless you want to help set up tables and get the food ready. Don't show up until an hour or 2 after the appointed time. If it's a big deal, like a party, something like that. People don't get excited here about things. Homes get built. You know, you set a date for completion, and then you go to church and pray that it'll actually happen, and it doesn't, generally. No. So forget that. Things just go slowly here. And if you're the kind of a guy who's okay with slow motion things, you're gonna love it here. Cost of living. Cost of living is cheap. Where you rent a house in Canada or the US and you pay $2,000 to $5,000 a month for a house to rent. Here you pay in the neighborhood of $500 a month, maybe even down to $350 a month, and still get a decent home or more, depending on what you want your lifestyle to be and where you want to live. If you want to live in a very posh part of the cities, Manila, Cebu, Davao, you know, you pay $1,000, $1,500 a month for a house there too. But boy, you're going to get a mansion for that money. You'd have to pay 10 times as much in Canada or the US to get the same digs. You know, cost of living. Food here costs around, well, we pay for 2 of us, and we eat a lot of junk food. Expensive American potato chips are $7 for 2 bags Canadian. You know, $5 for 2 bags of American chips, US price. They cost that here too. If you want American food, you're going to pay American prices. So in a week, we spend around 4,000 to 4,500 pesos a week, which is not much to pay really compared to the US or Canada or England or Australia or Europe. And we get a table covered with fresh vegetables and fruit. I eat a good chunk of pork or eggs every day. I have spaghetti once or twice a week, with beef. I'm using Del Monte sauce for the spaghetti, so I'm using the expensive American sauce, but I don't have to. But Asley likes the American sauce, so that's the one we get, and that's the one we use. You can buy a new car here for as little as $14,000 or $15,000 from Toyota. Not some third world country manufacturer like Hyundai or, God forbid, Russia. So you can get homes, or you can get cars here brand new. WeGo, which is an entry-level subcompact. You can pick them up for $14,000 with a 5-speed stick, aircon, radio, all that good guy stuff. Not expensive. Try and get a semi-compact in Canada for under $20,000, and you're going to get 4 seats on a vinyl floor. The seats are made out of something that they haven't invented a name for yet, and no air, probably no aircon, no radio, no decent stereo system, nothing. But you get it here. You pay much less here. What else? Food, homes, transport. If you don't want to get a car because you're afraid of driving here, and that's a healthy proposition to have, an attitude to have, because man, driving here is crazy town, even in the provinces. It's just bent, it's whacked, it's out of shape. You won't believe it till you see it. I mean, they have incredible ability to have razor sharp reactions here, like a NASCAR or F1 driver. They're just incredibly good here, which confuses me because, back in Calgary, I mean, I don't wish to speak badly about the Philippine people or Asian people in general, but you go to Calgary in Canada, they drive so slow. It's like they're terrified of being kicked out of the country if they get a speeding ticket or something. They drive so slowly. I don't get it. You go to Vancouver in Canada and they drive like maniacs. They drive fast. They drive really go, man. Here they don't go very fast. But what they do is they dodge in. I've seen motorcycles go up the sidewalks during rush hour, 20 in a pack. Guys in scooters coming right up the sidewalk, and you're out of the way and they go by you. 5, 10, 20 of them. So you just, that's different. You can rent an apartment in Porto Galera on the seaside. I saw this with my own eyes here a couple of weeks ago. You can rent an apartment there for 8,000 pesos, which is $200 Canadian, probably around 150 a month American. And you're 50 feet from the ocean in an apartment. A nice little apartment. People say you can't live here on $1,000 a month. I have to question that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No problem. My cell phone here is $12 Canadian a month. No contract either. You buy airtime once a week or every other week or once a month, depending on which package you want. You go to some store like 7-Eleven, which are also everywhere here. Walk into the 7-Eleven, you walk up to a little machine, you doot, you buy your airtime, enter your phone number. It's registered on the system via your SIM card in your phone. And you go to the till and you pay, and it's enabled. And they do a thing on a pad to enable it that you've paid. and then they pay them, and you get your phone enabled on the spot instantly for a week or a month or whatever you want. You can choose any package you want for airtime, data, more heavy skewed towards video content or something. I just get the standard package. It's 99 pesos plus 5 pesos for the service charge. So 105 pesos. And that's it. And I've got a phone for a week. Unlimited text, unlimited calls in the country. You know, it's cheap. I guess that pretty much covers all the basics for cost of living. Okay, now, guys, the girls here. I see a lot of things on YouTube about women who are screwing over expats. Well, a few things come to mind. Number one, I notice a lot of these guys are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, and they're dating girls that are 30 years younger than them. These girls are a totally different point in their life. They have different priorities. They have a completely different outlook on life. They have a completely different set of values. They have a completely different everything. And you expect the relationship to go well? Well, you get what you want. You get a gorgeous young woman who's 27. But what you get is a gorgeous young woman who's 27. And you're 50, 55, 60 years old. You've had your kids. You're done with that. You don't want that, probably. Some of you do, I guess, but you won't be around to raise them, will you? So, yeah, it's probably part of the reason why some of you guys are failing here with girls, with women. Date your own age group. Date the ones that have your same values in mind. Date the ones that actually take what you think about life to their own heart, and you share these values, and then everything goes a lot smoother. I mean, I don't know about you, but as Lee, I'm 62, as Lee is 60. You'd never know it. You know, I show her photograph to the fellows at work when I'm back in Canada, and you know, they want to know what's going on with this. How am I making out with this life in the Philippines? Because they're curious about the alternatives they may have in their own life. You know, and I show them a photo of Asli, and I say, well, guess her age. And they all say she's like, you know, 40, 35. Every one of them. I've done this 10 times. You know, and they're blown away. Find somebody your own age. You know, if you fell into a bag of money and you're 25 and you're thinking about what to do with your life, consider this. Don't live in Manila. You'll get a lot of dates in Manila. You'll also get a lot of heartache in Manila. And you'll get a lot of expenses in Manila that you don't want or need. And you'll get a lot of drama in Manila that you don't want or need. Old house. That's the set. And you can make out really well here. You can have a really, really beautiful life here. You really can. Especially young guys. You don't have to go through a whole life of looking up those stairs at what you need to do where you are. Kiss the boss's ass for 20 years, little Johnny, you'll be good. Not anymore. So yeah, be a nice guy here and you'll have a nice girl. You want a nice girl? Fine, come here. You want a girl who's a little firecracker, little sex maniac, whatever your thing is, dude. Manila's your place. Or Cebu, whatever. Yeah, girls. One thing you cannot do here that you can do in the West is work. You can't work here. Not really. You can open a business here. There's And that's a complicated subject of its own that I have to go into one day. If you want to open a business here, there's a lot of limitations put on foreigners in that regard as well. And there's some risks. You cannot own property here, ever, ever, ever. You can't own property. You can own a condo in a high-rise, but you cannot own dirt. Your wife can, your Filipina can, but you can't. You can lease land from somebody for up to 99 years. But, you know, you better have a good contract. They always find a way to dilute a contract and make it disappear over time. There's laws change and situations and attitudes change, and you know, a lease is no guarantee. But you can't own dirt. Nope. I guess you could be a silent investor with some other people who are Filipinos to buy some property, fix it up and flip it. I guess you could do that. But you can't own dirt yourself. What's with this power line down here? Look at this. It's crazy. There's a power line. I'm 6.5 feet tall. The power line is about 4 feet off the ground. I go underneath it. So yeah, there's a lot of differences and there's a lot of similarities here. Living here is cheap. Living here is nice. It's warm. There's an ocean right over there, and over there, and over there, and yes, over there. They're all not too far away. They're all the Pacific, so they're nice. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just touching base on that stuff today. Yeah, I guess that's all. I'm gonna go home. Asley's making me some snacks. She's a sweet woman. I love her. And I want to get to that. She's sitting there waiting for me, I'm sure. So I've never been scammed. I've never been ripped off. I've never been taken advantage of. None of that crap that I keep hearing about. But anyway, that's it for now. I'm Nelson. This is South Paths. I'll see you again soon. See ya. Get out of here. Ken, get out. Go away. Get out of here. Get. Jesus, I'm going to step on your head. You give a cat a saucer of milk, you know. Meow. Stop. Don't be spraying female cat. So she's trying to spray, but she can't. Anyway. Good day.